Hello and welcome you all to UPSC Unscripted. So today our topic is Iran and its ongoing crisis and the interested entities who are following the events properly. For example, United States of America and its western allies. Other are Gulf region and Gulf nations and their concerns. And the third are China, India and other nations who have their interest in Iran. So let's discuss the topic and try to understand its every aspect. The topic is about from nuclear strike to national uprising and chronological geopolitical analysis. So let's start it. So to understand the topic deeply, we have or we must go back to June 2025. And even I say we must have to go far back in 2017 when the current president of United States elected for the first term. Having entered in the office, he took number of decisions, and one among was to withdraw America from the JCPOA Pact. It was between P5 United Nations current P5 permanent 5 members plus Germany plus Iran. So let me tell you about few or in 2 to 3 statements. It was working till 2017 for Iran as a shield who protected or who saved Iran, which saved Iran from Western sanctions. Conditioned, Iran will never aspire to become a nuclear powered nation. But when Mr. Trump came in office, he thought Iran is betraying or Iran has been betraying us for many years, and they are carrying their nuclear aspirations, nuclear aspiration, uh, despite our concern. So he thought it would be good to withdraw from JCPOA, and he did. Eventually, what happened? Iran was sanctioned by United States of America as well as other Western nations, and their economy, or you can say Iran, started working to accomplish their nuclear bomb or nuclear aspirations openly. Time went by, and Western sanctions caused the economic crisis in Iran as well as rapid depreciation in Iranian currency. And both these crises led to inflation in Iran. Consequently, Iranian public became the sufferer of all these events. So now come back to June 2025. Now Mossad, or you can say spies or agents of Mossad, because here it is mentioned intelligence confirmed. So intelligence is there were two CIA's agent or Mossad agents. Mossad is of Israel, CIA is of United States of America. So any of the two agency has confirmed that Iran are few steps away from mastering the nuclear capability or nuclear technology or becoming a nuclear powered nation. This news caused chaos in Western as well as Gulf nations or Gulf region, and it became inevitable for United States of America to bomb Iranian nuclear sites, and they did it in June 2025. B-2 bombers of America came from somewhere, entered in Iranian territory, and bombed two areas, Natanz and Fordo, the Iranian nuclear facilities, with bunker buster bombs, and dismantled or crippled the Iranian nuclear sites. But Iran Iranian scientists or Iranian government found became successful to save their nuclear technology or whatever was there and begin covert rebuildings for their nuclear research. But they don't care or they didn't care what their public wanted. Savings of public was depleting, inflation was up to 400%, and these regions and the or you also can say the current regime was ignoring their welfares. So eventually they have to come on the roads or in the cities to protest against the current regime, and they protested in different forms. There were some pictures where women were burning the pictures of current uh, head of the regime, and basically the people were trying or is trying to revolutionize and change the current regime because they had faced a lot uh, because of this current regime. Western sanctions, frequent bombing on their cities by United States of America or Israel, and like us, they also wanted to live in peace. They don't want nuclear. They don't have nuclear aspirations. They want to live with peace and respect, and also wants to improve their standard or living standard. So these are the reasons of their protest. But what the current regime did, current regime started and killing and arresting the people to suppress the protest until United States of America warned them, the current regime, that help is on the way. Help is on the way, and America can intervene anytime if you don't or Iranian government does not stop the suppressing the protest. But before warning or before United States of America's warning, there has been approximately 2500 to 3000 killings has been happened. Now the problem is global fault lines. There are three blocks related to Iran, or you can say there are three interested entities. I think I have already talked about it in the in the beginning of the video. One is the Gulf nations. The second is the supporters of Iran, like Iraq, Syria, and the Russia. And you can also add China here, but China more of economically connected to Iran. Because when in 2017, back in 2017, when America warned about not to purchase or not to import Iranian oil, India stopped, but China continued to purchase Iranian oil. So China have its economic interest in Iran. India also has Chabahar is there, but you know for Chabahar, India is not going against United States of America. So they stopped purchasing Iranian oils. So let me tell you what these three blocks want. The Western Bloc wants a regime change, total regime collapse in Iran, and want to stabilize democratic government here. The second resistance axis want want to continue want continuation of the current regime. The third just want to save their economic interest, nothing else. And let's talk about the fourth block, the Gulf nation, what they want. Basically, if you are a neighbor of a nation uh, which has military superiority over you and you are depend to any other nation for your protection or your retaliation, what basically you want. The current situation of these Gulf nation is a limited United States strike rather than full regime change war, because if Iranian regime collapses violently, refugee crisis will be there, and the people will take refuge in these nations. The people will start taking refuge in these nations. And the the thing is fear of retaliation by Iran. Like if Iran starts retaliate United States of America, they may drop their bombs in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in Qatar. Like US is evacuating its non-essential assets from Qatar to remove them to easy target. So they also can target military American bases in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, or any Gulf nation who had aligned himself with Western blocs. Okay, so let's talk about how United States of America will do or will attack whenever they want or when they think situation suits them. The first thing they will do is to enforce a total no-fly zone over Western Iran to support ground protest. One thing they will do. The another thing is to bomb Iranian sites or Iranian capital like Venezuela, like like what they did in Venezuela. They may recreate similar scenes in Iranian capital Tehran. There might be civilian problem or many civilian would be dying because of this attack, but they will justify it in the name of democracy, in the name of welfare of in the name of securing welfare of Iranian people and all that. I have already talked about it earlier in our earlier discussion. And the third thing is by blocking the choke point of Persian Gulf, the Gulf of the Strait of Hormuz, from where or through which approximately 70% or more oil import happens. So Americans' goal would be total embargo, cutting off oil export and preventing military imports of Iranian regime. Okay, you are looking at this point 20%. You know, Iranian oil has been banned or sanctioned by United States of America in 2017. Otherwise, major oil imports were happening from Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Russia was only an energy like LNG, CNG suppliers, or in the list of LNG and CNG supplier. Oil export of Russia was at that time was very less, or you can say not countable. Now the question is, has United States of America started preparing for war? Answer is yes. US carrier strike group have positioned at the mouth of Persian Gulf. But when I was reading newspaper today in the morning, I saw a news article that Iranian government had said that they will not kill or hang the arrested protesters and will work to reform their economic situations. In reply, Mr. Trump, or you can say American government, said that they can continue with Iran for now. They didn't rule out they didn't rule out the military action, but because for now it's just postponed because it's inevitable. since the current US government is very risk taking, so they will do it either by tomorrow or by next day, but they will do it because once Iran becomes successful, or once Iran become a nuclear power nation, no country in the world would be able to do anything of Iran. After North Korea, Iran would be the second country with whom, for United States of America, with whom to it will become difficult. It will become difficult even to talk. And for these nations, uh, to those I'm pointing, it would be a nightmare that here Israel, who is nuclear power nation, and here Iran, who is also a nuclear power nation, and they are, you can say, they are enemy. So in future, any kind of miscalculation between these two may lead to a nuclear war. Then who will be who save these Gulf nations from nuclear explosions, or you can say two nuclear powered dominating countries? So although they don't want, or they want limited United States airstrike, but they don't want Iran to become a nuclear power nation. So I think so far I am clear. And let's talk about the 25% tariff threat announced by current President of America, that if anyone import oils or items from Iran will be punished by 25% of tariff. So this is it. What would be the shadow fleet? Hosting ship trying and sanction oil to China, all that. Yeah, impact. Let's talk about impact. If we talk about India, India may lose its Chabahar port there in Iran, but as since India does not purchase a single barrel of oil from Iran, these 25% of tariff will not be imposed on India, but China will face a massive problem. For example, with whom uh, they should go, whether with America or with Iran. Eventually, they have to go with America because there is 500 or more than 500 billion dollars trade with America, in which there is also trade surplus which China is enjoying currently. So I think I have provided you all kinds of perspectives in this video. What may happen, what may not. Will 2026 mark the end of regime or start a regional war? And I think I have already gave you a kind of glimpses. If Iran become a nuclear power nation, would it be a regional war, or it would lead to a world war, or it would be a region of World War III, where nuclear use of nuclear armaments would inevitable. Okay, so I think in this video it's time to wrap up, and subscribe UPSC Unscripted for deep discussions on other geopolitical topics. If you have any query, ask me in the comment box. And also, one point I want to tell you here, my Telegram channel name is UPSC Unscripted. I have given the link in the description box. You can join it, where I'll give you the link of my upcoming videos or my or PDF of my videos. And so since yesterday, I have started a new initiative where I'm giving you screenshots of newspapers, newspapers, the news which is more important. And when I read newspapers, I try to highlight or underline things which is important. Then I take screenshots of those news and upload all in Telegram. There will be only 5 to 6 screenshot every day, because every day, if you are a UPSC student, you have to stick to your syllabus and read only those articles which is related to your uh, syllabus, or any topic of your syllabus. And if you try to impose these points on a news, you'll find that every news is related to your syllabus. But it is not like. There are 5 to 6 editorial. Always try to pick only one or maximum two, not more. And if you can, read as much as news article, small news articles, you can read as much as small news article you can, because these news article gives you the perspectives on which direction the current world or our country's growth rate is going. Okay, so I think uh, we should end this video here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe UPSC Unscripted.